Ah. Hey you guys, it's Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, definitely like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, just hit the notification button. I want to say down there, down there, one of them. Definitely hit the notification little bell so every time I upload a video, you guys will know. So today in this video, this will be a part 2 to self-care. And what better along with self-care is with parenting, being a mommy or dad, whichever one. With self-care, of course, you know, you have to think about you, of course. The reason for that is because you have a whole nother little life that you're taking care of. So you have to make sure everything runs smoothly for them. Might be all over the place for you, you know, but try to make sure it runs smoothly for them, and then you get your own time to kind of calm yourself down. Parenting while being in a program can be very, very challenging because, you know, a lot of stuff is revolving around, you know, you trying to pass, do your homework, study your tests, and, you know, still find that me time. But the baby's still there. You still got a child that's relying on you. You know, especially being a single parent when you do everything, I wouldn't say everything, but majority of things by yourself. And you may have a little support system that helps you, but for the most part, you're the one that's getting up in the morning, getting your child ready. You're the one that's sitting here making meals, making sure they eat. With me being a single parent, I have to squeeze in my self-care. So like I said, that could be from, just like I said, the whole wine moment, listening to my music while I sip my wine. You know, however, sometimes I might just have my earbuds in and just go lay down in the bed and just listen to some music that just helps me. And along with the self-care, like I said, I will bring my son into it. So that's my self-care along with my little baby. So he can have his little self-care along with me, and that helps us bond as mother and son. You know, we have our little fun nights and everything. We watching movies or we play I Spy, and it's so much. I have a colorful living room to a certain degree with so many books. So we play I Spy. That's part of his little self-care to make him laugh and just think. Can't go wrong with thinking. I cannot stress this enough. Just like I said in the last video, know your routine, know your schedule, because that is the way you're going to be able to balance parenting along with self-care. So yes, we know everything revolves around that child. Just about everything revolves around, you know, just making sure they are safe, making sure they are loved, making sure they feel, you know, they can come to you about anything. So you also have to make sure your mental is straight, you know, and that's where I say that's where your meditation comes in at. So you be able to deal with 101 mommy questions and mommy 102 daddy questions. You know, you need that time. So know your schedule where you can kind of squeeze in. I know how my son works, so I know when I get him off the bus, mom, did you know, mom, this, that, mom, can I? I get all of that. So before, I kid you not, before I get them off the bus, I take them last little 10-15 minutes and just prep myself up before I get them off the bus. So, you know, you have to have that mental, you got to be ready because your child likes to talk. So with self-care, prep yourself up for your child before they get off the bus or before you pick them up from daycare, because they're going to have a whole day to tell you of what classmate got on their nerves or what they did at recess or what little project. They have so much to talk about. So as a parent, to make sure you have your self-care and your mental is right on track, give yourself a little quiet time before you get pick them up, and then you can just soak it all and soak it all and soak it all. From, you know, mentally, it's emotionally, that's also, that collides within that self-care, the mental and the emotional. So, you know, I have to make sure that, you know, even with me being in class and being stressed out for tests or just being in clinicals, like a long day and so many multiple procedures, I have to make sure, you know, I'm not aggravated from anything at clinical. So I have, so my drive home, I make sure I clear my head before, like I said, before I get them off that bus stop. So make sure your emotions are together before you come to your child, and before your child comes to you. You don't want to snap on your kid. You don't want to be pissed and because something happened in the OR room and it just lit you up. It just lit you up. So you have to make sure that emotionally that you are there for your child. And that's, like I said, self-care. Have a moment to yourself. Be like, okay, we had a moment in the OR room. Get it back together. We got to go pick up our child and make sure, they know that we're there mentally and emotionally, there for them. The next thing tying into mental, emotional, is physical. Okay, I'm tired when I get back. So, I have to, like I said, sit down, get my life together, and when I get them off the bus, and once we settle in, we will probably do some exercises here and there and everything, and I make them breathe with me. So physical, that right there is just, sometimes I'll play with them, and we'll play catch in the house or catch outside, if it's not raining or anything. Some children may not understand, don't jump over mommy and daddy and climbing all over them. I went through the phase that, even in school in the past, yeah, kids are very, very, very active. I'm at that phase now. My son has kind of calmed down. So physically, yes, definitely help them run their energies to the point that they go to bed. That they eat and everything, because once you get them all hyped up and get them, playing outside or something, playing in the living room, doing some activities, and then, like I said, make them eat, take a bath, maybe do one more activity, watch a little show or something like that, they're asleep. There goes your self-care right there. You, right when you, bam, put them in a bed, that's all you figure out what you want to do with that. So another thing to add on when it comes to parenting and self-care, do not stress yourself out. It's easier said than done. I catch myself stressing out because being a single parent, I am the main person on the emergency forms and everything. So when I'm in class, I'm like, have to calm myself down. I'm like, okay, I hope that the school doesn't call. I hope he's not sick. I hope he didn't get in trouble. I hope he's behaving. And it'll be times that I'm taking the test and our teacher's like, turn your phones off. I'm like, ah. So with that self-care, try not to stress out so much about your baby. They will be okay. God is protecting them. But with that self-care, that would definitely stress me out. And I had to learn that, okay, well, now he's getting older. He knows how to behave. So I can calm myself down in class and be like, okay, he gonna be all right. It's good. What also helped me, not stress out so much and making sure my self-care mentally and emotionally was okay is I had certain family friends, best friends, that I put on, the little emergency paper just in case if they cannot get in contact with me, they can call a couple people, like my main 3 people who I have on my sheet of, for the emergency sheet. So with that being said, like if you can have that down and you have backup plans, that helps out with your self-care because, like I said, that does not stress you out so much. You know that if no one can get in contact with you right then and there, there's always a backup plan. You always have another person that's on the list that can be called and maybe go get your child, from school, daycare, anything, from the babysitter. So definitely keep that in mind. The last thing I kind of want to touch up on is ways to kind of get help of having your self-care for, mentally, emotionally, physically, is have that moment when you can have the house to yourself, if possible. If you can't make it happen, it's okay. If you could find one good friend or 2 who can take your child for the time being, especially the friends that have kids, or friends that you trust enough that they're great with kids, a family member, that for sure, you know, because I don't just let my son just go with anybody. So, you know, self care, when I need that time to myself and I can actually get it, I will have friends be like, hey, you know, can Cordell come over and play with the kids? Or I'll call them like, hey, I need a little me time. Do you think you could hold Cordell for like a few hours? Or, you know, and I might have, you know, friends that have their kids. They'd be like, hey, can Cordell come spend the night with, you know, such and such? He needs somebody to play with. And I'm like, yes. And if you can squeeze that in with close family members, you know, friends and everything, definitely take that opportunity because that is going to just help you just flourish and grow and make you more happy. Definitely. So definitely, if you have any support, a well knit supporting system, people who are truly in your corner while you're going through this change of, you know, doing self care for yourself along going through the program, definitely let somebody, you know, have a little time, even if it's just taking your child to the park, you know, and you're not able to do it at that moment. See if somebody that you truly trust, a family member, a friend, sibling, whoever's at that run at that time. Just have them, you know, be like, take the baby outside, child outside, and you can just sit back and relax, even if it's just 15 minutes of play, and they bring them back for you. Definitely have that supporting system is going to get you through, and they see you trying to go through it, so they're going to want to help you. So definitely give that a thought. Also, so if you guys liked this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And definitely don't forget to subscribe. And like I said, if you're new to the channel, definitely do that. Subscribe. And if you already subscribed, definitely just hit the notification button so you'll know when I get my new videos up and loaded and you're ready to watch them. So you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Stay in the house if you need to. If you have to go do essential, you know, shopping and everything, or you have to work, just definitely be careful. You know, big ups to everyone who is out there and trying to help us get everything back on track so we go back to our normal lives. You guys stay blessed. Have a lovely day. Bye.